Assalamu alaikum. So I just want to discuss with you, what do you think Duchesne, Sully, Driz, Ghost, and Tommy Egan all have in common? You see, it's this desire to make as much money as they possibly can and maintain their status as being the top boy or being the don. Whether this means stabbing, whether this means killing, whether this means murdering, whether this means robbing people, doesn't make a difference as long as they make money and as long as they maintain their status. However, look at the state of their lives. They can't trust their own friends, right? They can't even sleep properly because they're worried about what will happen to them. They're always looking over their shoulder. And the reality of this get rich or die trying kind of lifestyle is that the reality is it's just not worth it. If you can't sleep at night because of what you've done, it's just not worth it. But as Muslims, what do we believe the good life is? Well, for us, the good life is following God's commands and trying our best to be better today than we were yesterday. And this is the thing that brings peace and tranquility to our hearts. And we're never looking over our shoulders all the time. And I just want you to think about that because of the fact that when you look at the life and the story that is being portrayed, we see all the pompous and the glamour and the money and the drugs and the Gucci trainers, and we see the fancy cars and we think, wow, what a life. But what they're actually showing is behind all of that outside world, look at how dirty and grimy and difficult their life actually is. And this is why those guys want to get out of that life. This is why Ghost wants to get out of that life. This is why Sully wants to leave that life behind him, because he can't sleep at night thinking about the things that he has seen. He can't sleep at night thinking about the things that he's done to people. He can't even see his own family because he thinks to himself, if I see my family, I'm putting them in danger, I'm putting them at risk. At every single moment, he's always looking over his shoulder. He's always having to question every single decision he makes. Whereas Muslims, alhamdulillah, we've been told by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that we will find peace and tranquility in what God has commanded us to. And we're finding that in Ramadan, right? We're finding that in Ramadan. Think about it. It's very difficult to get angry when you're hungry because you can't be bothered getting angry when you're hungry, right? Your sugar is low. You might be a little bit tetchy, but getting really angry and furious is difficult because your sugar is low to actually get angry. And that's the thing, alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is teaching us this idea of patience, but also gratitude, being grateful for what we've got. Whereas these guys, they're teaching you greed. You take from people, you rob people, you steal people, and you make it yours. And it's interesting just because, whenever you watch these new episodes that will be coming out of Power, or you're maybe watching the new episodes of Top Boy coming out later in the year, just think about uh, what's actually happening to their characters, what's happening to these characters, and look at how unsettled their lives are. And do we really want to be living a life which is unsettled? Or do we want to be living a life which is peaceful and tranquil and which we can peacefully sleep at night? And inshallah, I just thought that would be a good reminder. And, it's not an advert for Netflix anyway, inshallah. Take care. Assalamu alaikum.